Don't you understand, you simpleton? That's all the money I have in the world. No gold's bottom vault, no night's fund to draw on, nothing. So you're going to help me, or are you just going to stand there looking glim?
Gremlins and Grumblings throws us straight into the world of Afar, and we're going right into the action. And by action, I mean bickering. So you can teleport.
Of course I can teleport. I'm a wizard.
But you can't teleport us to where we need to be.
There's a problem with you lot.
Archibald's not impolite, but he does quite enjoy pushing Wilkin's buttons, and we've joined them at a time where he knows exactly how to go about it.
Wilkin is just trying to get through his day in one piece, even though the world is working completely against him, though I guess Billy and Joel wrote that, which makes it true.
And then we encounter a gremlin. Now, gremlins are quite interesting in that they're not necessarily intelligent. You can't hold a conversation with them, but they do know exactly how to wind somebody up to the point where you actually have to use reverse psychology to get what you want back. Do not, under any circumstances, give my friend back his money pouch. He'll be ever so cross. That's something that Archibald understands, and that Wilkin chooses not to, I think.
We don't have time for this.
I do get whacked in the back of the head, which isn't very nice, but luckily Archibald gets his just desserts and gets blasted all the way back.
As Archibald and Wilkin head away, we see a tree that's undergoing some kind of magical corruption. And the indication is that this might relate to the thing that they're in a hurry to sort out. There's a lot more going on in the realm of Afar, things that are considerably more dangerous and terrifying than gremlins. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see if Archibald and Wilkin survive them. Afar is an environmentally diverse world. You have barren mountains, but also lush green forests, and we needed the latter for this instance.
Thankfully, we live in the northwest of England, so luckily there is no shortage of great locations.
The main adversary we had for this shoot was the weather. Leading up to the actual filming day, I was checking the weather forecast on repeat, and we managed to avoid a bit of it, but we also got hit quite bad towards the end of our first day, which isn't ideal when you're in heavy leather armour and you're carrying several kilograms of filming equipment.
So the camera that we've got is a Pixar 6K. What I wanted to go for was something quite vintage looking, but still have the durability of modern day lens. So actually we went for a relatively new brand called Typop that have basically made these kind of more vintage Helios 44-2 type lenses, which have basically this kind of spherical bokeh in the background. So, but again, because it's new, it's a lot more durable, and we wanted something that can be moved about quite a bit, as definitely in the shoot for the proof of concept, where there was a lot of moving with trolleys.
We were so lucky to have the team that we did. Will, Kieran, Jamie, Yaz, Beth, Kirsty, Chris, Dan. I don't think we could have done any of this without a single one of them. This proof of concept is us kind of experimenting and pushing ourselves. We want to learn what's feasible, but we also kind of want to know what we can learn from before we tackle a full series. But yeah, we wanted to make a good first impression with that opening shot. And that's where the dolly came in.
So definitely the longest shot to do was the opening shot, because that was done on a dolly track. We'd already tested the dolly track in my back garden to varying successes of how long it took, but we thought we got the knack of it. When it came to a forest with lots of bumps, it took a little bit longer and maybe a few more hands, but we are very happy with how that shot ended up, and everyone who was kind of involved with setting that shot up, it was Will, Kieran, Jamie, properly sort of got it to better than we could imagine. So a big thank you to those three.
I would like to think it was worth it. One of the things that we agreed upon when we first started this project was that we wanted not to rely too much on VFX, and we wanted the creatures themselves to be as kind of physical and tangible as possible. You know, we want them to feel like you can actually kind of interact with them. So I approached Basil of Fopdoodles. He's an immensely talented puppet builder, and I threw a few designs his way. It was a really great collaborative process where we were kind of swapping ideas, figuring out what was actually doable, and watching that gremlin form over the course of a few weeks was actually a magical experience.
Something that obviously me and Billy spoke about was the use of puppets. I've, I guess, kind of grown up a lot with like the Muppets, but also a lot of more fancy things like Labyrinth and Return to Oz, which sort of utilises puppets, was kind of the kind of idea of where we wanted it to go. There was a lot of fun on the shoot. We had Kirsty and Chris puppeting the creature for like the close-ups, and then afterwards we added a few little VFX shots of the blinking just to bring it to life a little bit more.
Both shoots did not come without a few snags. The first time around, Dan could not find the car park, despite us telling him exactly where the car park was.
I did indeed get the car park wrong, not once, but twice on the same day. Ended up on the completely opposite side of the reservoir the first time. And then the second time, I was definitely closer, but a lot higher up, and I could see them down below. So yeah, that might have delayed the production by half an hour, 45 minutes or so. I can't remember how long. But yes, but I know what's coming up next, because then luckily makes me feel a little bit better that Billy on the second day of the shoot,
I forgot my cape, so I had to drive all the way home. Everyone else headed to location to set up, and then I was basically running there by myself in full costume, having to explain the situation to some very confused hikers as I passed.
it kind of worked out okay because we managed to set up the shots and also work out where we wanted the gremlin to be positioned. So I guess Billy's is maybe not as bad as mine in a way.
Just as we opened on a beautiful shot, we wanted to close on something memorable. So where we were filming, Entwistle has these like really tall trees, and we thought it would be a shame not to kind of pull some focus onto them. So I contacted my brother, who's got a drone, and that final shot kind of allows us to present you with the kind of beauty and scale of this world and this project as a whole.
Obviously it is a continuous shot. There is multiple things. There is the rock going around the tree, and then obviously we shoot up, so we've got to track that. And then you probably notice in the background there are various mountains that are not from the north of England. So we had to add a few bits as well to hide also some of those maybe more contemporary buildings. Did I enjoy the shoot? No. Would I do it again? No.
Great, well we're doing an 8-part fantasy series.